Hi again, YouTubers. So this is a review on a foundation by Marc Jacobs. It is fairly new. It is called the Marvelous Mousse Foundation. The color I am using today that I have on is Bisque Medium. And I probably should have pulled the other color out that I have. I have two of these. The other color I have is Beige Medium. And honestly, they are actually quite different. I will put a swatch in here so you can see the difference between these two because the names sound very similar. They do have 12 colors in the color range for this foundation. However, usually I would say 95% of the time I can color match myself online by the names and or by Sephora has really good descriptions of the colors of their foundations. And this one I had such a hard time matching, but I do have two colors, not because I need to mix them. I have two different colors because of the fact that when I'm paler without self-tanners, like right now, I need the Bisque Medium. I have to think about that. See, the names are so similar. And when I have self-tanner on, I need the Beige Medium. And this time of year, I'm doing a little bit of both. I have no self-tanner on right now because I have a chemical peel on my face. I will do another video on that coming up soon. But with that, obviously I'm not going to have self-tanner on my body and then trying to match my face while it's peeling. This is only day 2 after it. There's no peeling yet. Peeling will probably start tomorrow. So it is funny though because of the fact that you can't obviously use self-tanners when you're doing something like that. So it kind of is funny because I was using self-tanners for a little bit and now I went back to not using them for the purpose of the peel. This foundation, I have kind of an interesting thought process on because I love it and I dislike it. I wouldn't say I hate it. I love it and I dislike it. I'm kind of middle of the road on this, I'll be honest with you. It is, I believe, let me see here. Sorry, I had it up on my thing and it went blank. $55 for the foundation, which is a fairly expensive foundation. I got it, I first tried it with my Sedona Lace 928 brush. This brush is probably my favorite brush to apply foundation with. And I just didn't like it. It just didn't. It kind of got blotchy. It didn't really work for some reason. So then I had taken this with me to the gym to try and get, when I was getting ready there, and the brush that I keep in my travel or gym bag is the Marc Jacobs Face 2 brush, which is this one right here, which is $48, and I think this one's like around the $10 mark. This one's $48. Now I do like this one, but it is totally different. Whereas this is flat across and all the bristles are one size and one shape. This one is higher bristles and taller bristles here, and they actually go down. So they start with the shortest ones here and they go all the way up. And they kind of, this side is more angled this way, whereas this side has longer bristles. So this side you kind of tap it on with, and then this side you can kind of either streak or blend with. It's a very neat brush. It is very interesting. I have a separate review for this, I think. I don't know. I'll have to look. If I do, I'll put the link below. If not, I might have, let me know if you guys want a review on this. And I found that the foundation worked much, much, much better with this. It was a total difference, and I will put a clip in here of how I apply this today, how I put it on, what you see here, and how I use this brush in conjunction with this foundation. Now the foundation itself is a very nice, I would say almost, it's on that verge of being full coverage. I think it is full coverage, but it's not that full coverage where you still don't need concealer. You still need concealer with this. So it is pretty high coverage. It is a foundation that, sorry, my screen keeps going blank over here for some reason. It is a foundation, to tell you what they say, reveals skin's ideal complexion with nutrient-rich, full coverage foundation that transforms a lightweight creamy mousse into a matte featherweight powder for a flawless finish infused with hydrating ingredients like coconut water, amino acids. In this formula delivers a velvety texture and transformative properties from Marc's exclusive melt-on technology. Now, I really like the Genius Gel foundation, but I found it didn't stay all the time with me. Now, I will say, very similar thought process on this is I really like this foundation. I love how it applies. It is very, very, very easy. You need the smallest amount of product. Like when I dip the brush into the product, I just touch it. So when you guys see me doing that, it's not like I'm like swirling it around. I'm just touching it and getting more, and you get way more product. Sorry, my throat. It's this back and forth weather still. It's crazy. With the rain and stuff, it just kind of gets my sinuses all crazy. But the foundation itself, once it's applied, is beautiful. Beautiful finish. It looks so nice. But I will say throughout the day, my problem with this foundation is if I do not set it with a powder that is pigmented, such as like a Studio Fix powder or like Laura Mercier's Smooth Finish or the Makeup Forever Pro Finish, that it will break. And when I say break, I mean it causes little patches where the foundation sticks to like maybe sunspots or areas that have more pigment on your face, but then other areas around it, the foundation doesn't stick as well to. So if I use just my Guerlain Meteorites powder on my face after this, it doesn't work. It needs something with pigment to stick to it in order for it to stay all day. Now, it does have a powder finish. I'm kind of here and there on that. It does, that's why I felt like the Guerlain powder was all that I needed, because I didn't feel like I needed to set it with a powder because it did look beautiful the way it was. But the breaking of the foundation is why I feel like I need some sort of pigmented powder to set this. So that's kind of defeating the purpose of the whole powder finish, in my opinion. I think that this foundation is very nice. I enjoy it. I like it. I found a way to make it work. I will continue to use it. But it isn't my, oh my gosh, you have to go get this foundation. Like, I would say the Guerlain Perfection one, if you were looking for a full coverage, is a way better foundation for a couple more dollars. I think it might be $8 more, $65 I think it is. So maybe not $8, $7. It might be $68, not sure. Somewhere between $7 to $10 more. And I feel like that is a much, much better foundation than this. Now, I like this. I like the finish of it. I like the look of it. But I don't like that I have to work to make it stay all day. Now, I will say it is way easier to apply than most foundations I have used and most cream products. Like, I love the Cover FX, what is that called? The Total Coverage Cream Foundation. I love these. This is so much smoother and easier to work with than that is. That is a more cream texture. This is a little bit more of a mousse texture. But not a mousse like a really light and airy mousse. It just has a really nice consistency and texture and is very smooth and so easy to apply. Now, if you do not have or want to spend $48 for this brush, closest option I had found, because this didn't work with this foundation. I didn't like it. I didn't like this foundation on my fingers either, by the way, is this one, which is the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. This brush, I think, is only sold in a set. I am like 98% sure that one is only sold in a set. But I think the set is like $12. So you get that and 2 other brushes. Now, it does not have the one side with the tapered and then the one side not tapered. This one is just tapered all around, and it is much smaller. So it will take you a little bit longer to do, but if you want to save the money, that is a great option that gives you the same results as the one that I used in the video here today. So overall, I think that this is a nice foundation. I wish the color descriptions were a little bit better on Sephora's website, because Sephora is the only place you can get this foundation. And I feel as if the only issue is that color breaking, how the color just kind of doesn't stay as well as some do, and having to set it more so with a tinted powder or, you know, a cover, like some sort of powder that has pigmentation to it. So overall, my thoughts on this: pigmentation, I think the colors are great once you find the right one. This one matches me beautifully. I mean, I've got nothing on my neck because my peel went all the way down my neck too, so I don't want to wear necklaces or anything because it can irritate it, but I think it matches beautifully. I think it does a great, like once I figured out the right color, I don't have any issues with it. I think it does a great job. And the pigmentation is really nice on it. It's very, very easy to work with and just is a great, great product. So pigmentation is like a 4 out of 5. Texture is awesome. It feels so great. And as I said, it is the easiest like cream type product to apply I found ever. Texture, 5 out of 5. Longevity, this is a 2 out of 5 for me because of the fact that if you do not set it with a pigmented powder, it is going to break on you. Keep in mind, again, I have oily combination skin. That might not happen if you're normal to dry. Actually, I think it still would because it was adhering to the more dry patches on my skin. So I think that would still happen. Not 100% sure. So if you have normal skin, it'd probably be fine. But that oily combination or that normal to dry, I think might have issues. So that is my biggest issue with it, is the longevity. Application, easy to apply if you have the right tools. That is key. So I'm only going to give it a 3 out of 5 for that, because you either have to spend $48 for their brush or you have to go search out another option such as the Real Techniques brush. So I'm not too thrilled with that. Packaging, I think, is gorgeous. I love all of his packaging, I'll be honest. The pretty sleek black packaging. It's thin. It's easy to take with you. It is glass, which makes it a little bit nicer. It's just very, very sleek and very nice. I love his packaging. 5 out of 5. Price for this, I think the price is too high. I feel like $45, $48 would have been a better suitable price for this product. That's just my thoughts. He has his own line. He owns it. He does what he wants. Or whatever have you. So price for me is 3 out of 5. Product overall on this, I'm going to say it's a 3.5 to 4 out of 5 because I do like the coverage. I do like the results I can get from it, but I have to work with it, really work with it. It's not something I can just throw on and go out the door like the Guerlain that I was talking about. This is definitely something that you have to work with. I do have a review on the Guerlain. I will post a link below to that as well if you're interested in that as an option. So that is my thoughts on the Marc Jacobs Marvelous Mousse Foundation. Please let me know if you have any other questions, and thanks so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye.